You
Look,
deserve this.
isn't Encanto in Spanish French?
In French? What are you talking about?
I don't fucking know anymore.
That's that Canadian coming out of you again. You know that one Canadian that I said I fucking hate? Now I'm gonna bring that back. Hey guys, how's everybody doing over there in the, I guess, the mostly Canadian land of our chat room? I'm surprised that we've, I guess, got some people to like our shit from Canada. I don't know why. Something about us as Canadian. I was about to say Canadian. I was like, Jesus
Canadian.
Christ. Oh my goodness. Anyways, what is up? Okay, yeah, too much intro there. I'm sorry about that. But anyways, how's y'all doing? Listen, I want to watch Encanto and the Actors. But he said, but I read it as, I want to watch it.
No, you remember, you got to do the Mauricio's voice. I want to watch it like the After
I want to
Hours.
watch it in the Actors.
There
But
we
we
go.
still can if you want to, Mauricio. It's up to you. Oh, he's saying me to say, oh, man. There you go. That's better. I like that. Oh, man. What we got to do this? No, we can still watch that, dude. I think that there's a lot of people that could probably so enjoy it and everything. We'll get into that later on. And I'm saying that I'm not like that's not a spoiler for my review, by the way. I'm just saying that like people will like it because people enjoy things. But anyways, man, I'm gonna go around the table. I haven't talked to anybody pretty much all day today. So yeah, firstly, man, you, Mr. Shakazine, what you been up to today? Other than just laying on the bed, as you were saying earlier.
Yeah, I was about to say, not much. I cleaned my room. I'm still waiting for Jet or somebody else to come in the fucking chat and say my room.
Yeah, by the way, you should never say that anymore because every time you clean your room, it doesn't look any different, and you're gonna have people think that you suck at cleaning.
Look, I probably suck at cleaning. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm like the fucking best cleaner. I don't have the fucking what was it, the Fantasia, where all the fucking brooms are dancing and shit and cleaning up my house. That should be dope as hell. I didn't do much yet. Besides watching Encanto, I'm gonna see if I can get that fucking thing right. And just I beat Red Dead Redemption, so again.
Damn, that's a long game to beat many times. It's almost like your video game version of Dune. Max,
it's such a long game. I mean, especially the epilogue of that game is as long as some games.
Max in the chat says on Martin's side, Encanto was a good movie, but I didn't feel the huge triumph the movie put out. We'll talk about that later on, man. But the thing is, though, man, you're not the only person over here too. I'm gonna ask around. My boy, Ganja Guru. Oh, wait, you're actually walking the dog right now. I'm sorry, dude. You don't have to respond. Because I told him to shut his fucking mic off and shit. Now I'm over here like, hey, so what you're up to, buddy? When you come back to the house and everything, jump on in, and then I'll ask you, the same questions I ask everybody. But, Jet, how are you feeling?
Great.
What do you mean give me a thought? You didn't even give me a fucking second. Sometimes I have to click on the other goddamn monitor in order to basically have my space button unmute me.
Okay.
Shut up.
All right.
Give me an actual couple seconds. Hell, even newscasters give them at least a couple seconds to basically get the shit. Fuck.
All right.
Yeah.
Shit.
No, now you get me yelling at you because you are ready. You are ready to pounce on me and shit.
What'd I do?
But guess I have 3 goddamn monitors, and sometimes I'm clicking on other things on that monitor, like the chat room and the other fucking monitor. Give me a goddamn second. Fuck.
I'm sorry. I just went. That's all I went. It was a happy face. It was, I don't know. I'm trying to spread the positive energy. I can't do it. What the fuck?
What are you
Anyways.
asking me again?
I can't remember. Damn, wait, you gonna ask me to remember shit? I'm just sitting over here, just looking at the camera, just looking at you.
No,
phone
this is what it is.
I can't remember.
Jet, let's cut the Jet with the weather.
There we go. That's a great idea. Jet, how's the weather over there?
It's fucking raining.
Well, why are you actually mad right now about that? Rain is fucking great. It's
I
nice.
actually,
it's cold.
I actually do like the rain, but it's just like I'm not feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand
Not
the
feeling
rain.
it today.
Yeah. But no, yeah, today fucking sucks. I'm gonna be honest. I hate today. I can't wait for today to end. I can't wait for the world to end. That would be great when that happens. So the thing is, Rojo says, "Wrinkles hard, man. Wrinkles hard, dude."
You do not have to say that with an accent, but sure.
Man, it makes him mad. I love making people mad. Bittersweet says, "Hey man, it was negative 12 degrees. Jesus Christ, when you left for work tonight." Yeah, fuck that. That's
Negative
too
12 F. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because that's what it is, degrees, right? Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's Fahrenheit,
Okay.
but it's weird seeing that as an F because that's a lot lower than it would be. It's weird because if that was 12C, I'm like, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. 12F, holy shit.
Yeah. Well, shit, man. Rojo's saying review Freddy got fingered. Yeah, that'll only be for the bits and whatnot too, for the 500 bits. And by the way, don't even do that. I don't even want you to give me bits. Hold that shit. Spend that shit on some Starbucks or something.
For the love of
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I do not want to watch that movie because, to be honest, I mean, we're only doing 500 bits for that movie because that's just the rule for movies. But personally, I wouldn't have even done that for $5. I hate that goddamn movie with a fucking passion, and I haven't even seen it.
Watch it.
Well, I've never seen it, but I still hate it. Just Tom Green's stupid fucking face. I'm Tom Green. Yeah, I'm an asshole. Like, fuck that shit. God Almighty. Here's the thing, though. I'm gonna have a very non-spoilerly discussion by myself really quick about the Batman 2022 official trailer 3 because that's exactly what it says in the YouTube title. Here's the thing, man. Alan did not watch the trailer because he doesn't want to get spoiled, and if you guys want to make fun of him, just want to let you. I mean, granted, it is a podcast, we should be fucking watching these, but I digress. The thing is, though, is like movie after movie after movie keeps spoiling these fucking things, so I can't even talk shit because it is what it is. Now, he has to be right back because he probably doesn't want to see the screen, so I'm not gonna show the screen too much while I do this either. It's gonna be like the worst fucking trailer reaction you guys have ever seen. But yeah,
I'm back, baby.
welcome back. But yeah, I don't know if you saw the trailer.
Batman.
You did, okay. What'd you think of it, man? I'll have you go first because I'm just a cynical old fuck anyway. So, what do you think?
I like that it has a darker tone, but it's this dark tone feels like it's trying to be reminiscent of the old school Batman Begins Dark Knight trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I like that kind of aesthetic. I like the more realistic look. How even the Batmobile has a more realistic vibe to it. But I'm wondering what they're gonna do with the actual Batman character. And I do realize that I'm kind of getting tired of Batman.
Finally, after fucking the same movie 5 goddamn times.
Well, it's the same movie. Like, there's so many other stories they can do, but no, they just keep doing a recreation of the Discovery story or him becoming the hero story, and it's starting to get old.
Yeah, no, and that's where I'm at too. Like, they're doing a lot of stuff like the Riddler. Oh, what's gonna happen with Riddler? It's like,
well, even
no.
the third Batman movie, Dark Rises, I think was it called.
Dark Knight Rises.
It's him discovering to become a hero again.
Yeah, which is the same thing they were doing in the first one, the same thing they were doing in Dark
Mm-hmm.
Knight. But the biggest thing about this too that I wanted to bring up is it's the fact that like they're doing this Riddler thing, and it's like, yeah, it's all mysterious, but we know so much about the Riddler because of the comics and the video games and the movies and the this and the that and whatever that like you can't really do a whole lot with the Riddler character here other than just get very very dark, which you're not going to get darker than the Joker. And if you do get darker than the Joker, it's like, well, I mean, it doesn't really mean a lot in this particular form of media because
And that's
we
not
still
really
got
the
man.
character of the Riddler
Well,
either.
yeah, well, but you know, as I was saying though, is like this is a situation where like you know this is a man with a fucking bat suit, so no matter how depressing or how serious the service level is going to get, it's still ridiculous because it's a fucking Batman movie, and that's where the cynicism comes in, where it's like, yeah, I want to complain a little bit because even though Ganja's finally getting sick of this shit, I've been getting sick of it for fucking years. So has Jet because of the fact that you can't. There is a ceiling for how surface level you can get, which is weird because we're talking about surface level, which is the opposite of ceiling. But like, I'm just saying, like storyline wise. You know, oh, we're gonna get dark. Oh, we're gonna get this. You cannot beat the Dark Knight. You can't get darker than it. There's no way, unless you show blood, guts, and gore and everything. But that's not the Batman character. You might as well just make a new character in general, a new hero, because you can't do it here. And thank you, Mike D. Howard, for following on Twitch. But to that particular extent, though, Ganja, I mean, do you agree with me somewhat there? And then we'll wrap it all up.
No, I definitely agree, especially with the Riddler being a character. It's like, all right, so we're going to do the more detective stuff with that because that's kind of changes what a lot of people have noticed when it comes to the theatric Batman. He's done some criminal solving, especially in the Dark Knight series, but it's always been kind of surface level stuff like, oh, where to find the bad guy. But if he's going to do straight up riddles, I think that might confuse the majority of the audience.
Yeah, and plus, too, like, we know our hero's going to solve the riddles. And then he might be that one riddle that he doesn't solve, which is the twist. But keep in mind that, like, this movie calls it a riddle. Other movies call it a twist ending. So we're expecting a twist ending, and we're expecting a lot of twists, which is completely negating the concept of a twist. A twist is supposed to be, like, unpredictable. We are predicting unpredictability. That doesn't make sense. They wrote themselves into a corner because they're trying to still do Batman shit, and Batman shit is not, it's over. Unless you're making the same movie again. And you're not going to make one better than the best comic movie of all time that people say. You're not going to beat The Dark Knight. There's no way. But moving on, though. Alan, are you there, buddy?
Bring that bird ass back on to me.
I
almost texted you while walking the dog. I was like, I guess he forgot. Might as well save his ass.
Wait, what happened?
When I was walking the dog, you were like, yeah, guys, what you think? I was like, I guess I'm going to talk now and save his ass because he's going to realize what he just did in a few seconds.
Yeah. But anyways, well, hopefully Alan comes back soon because I want to get into this fucking review and everything. Now, really quick, Jet want to watch this movie, and I gotta tell you, I was not in the mood to watch this at all. I was like, oh man, none of these fucking Disney movies are gonna be sad, gonna be depressing, and I don't really I'm not in the mood for like happy-go-lucky, beautiful, vibrant.
You're thinking of Pixar.
Isn't okay? Well, I guess
Well,
I
no,
thought
no,
this was Pixar too.
Yeah, no, isn't Disney Pixar? Like, it's called Disney Pixar, right?
Pixar has the more sad, like depressing, like moments in their movies. Like whenever you watch a Pixar movie, there's going to be a depressing point. In this one, I mean, it gets. I guess there is sad point, but it's just like not depressing.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm looking at chat, Ray. I'm like, I think that these are becoming like the more are the new like nerd talk situations. Is like, it's not it's a musical. It's not Pixar. I'm like, I've seen Pixar's that are musicals. Like, well, how many things are we gonna like? I don't know. It's just every movie's the same movie. Actually, everyone stop watching movies. They're all the
Actually,
same
what-
fucking thing. Like,
Actually, what Pixar movie is a musical?
then what's a musical? Let's just let me type that shit in. That dumbass
A musical
shit.
would have to be a majority of the movie itself has sing-alongs that are directly connected to the plot. Because you can have sing-alongs in a movie. That's why most Disney movies are considered musicals, because they're a movie, but they every now and then they have the songs going there. But then you look at La La Land, and that's mostly sing-alongs. It gets the discussion of genres are fucking just all over
Now,
the
a play
place.
or movie in which singing and dancing play is a play or movie in which singing and dancing play an essential part. Musicals developed from light opera in the early 20th century. So, okay, well, I guess we know the official definition of what a musical is. So, this is the first time I knew what a
Okay,
musical is.
and the people in the chat are saying like Pixar never had a musical. So yeah, that's what I was saying. I should say I don't think Pixar has
I don't think
like
so.
made a musical.
Yeah, but you gotta
They've
keep in
had
mind that,
music.
like, yeah, but this is why reviews suck. This is why I don't like. This is a recap. Fuck it. Like, I don't like doing reviews because I'm not a fucking critic, and also too, it's like I'm gonna be honest. Movies like this and people like defending it so much are just trying to like, oh, you said the right thing. It just makes me want to take that lunch money out and fuck your mom too.
Nick,
But anyways,
it's okay. You
Yeah,
made
who
an
are
honest.
you gonna do that to? Because I know you ain't gonna do that shit to me. So you talking to?
the nerds
Like
in the
Nick,
fucking
it's
chat.
okay. You made a slight mistake. It's not a problem. The chat's not tearing you
No,
apart.
no. This is my New
They're
Year's
helping you.
resolution: is to be mean to motherfuckers. I am
Oh my
changing
God.
my whole fucking personality.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. It works out for so many other shitty ass streamers in the world. I'm gonna be a fucking cunt for the next 12 months. You people, if you already don't like me, you're gonna really fucking not like me soon.
Nobody likes you.
That gets funnier every time you say it.
Yeah, but it doesn't get any less true, does it?
Anyways, what do you think about it, man?
What do I think about musicals? What do
No,
I think about
Encanto.
this movie? I wasn't sure if I was gonna enjoy it or not because it's like I don't actually watch a lot of animated stuff. No particular reason. I just don't watch a lot of animated stuff. It doesn't hit the same bells. It doesn't hit the same bells that it would if I was watching something that was live action. That's just a personal preference. But I was watching it and immediately, I don't know why, but I saw Jet the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know why. Every time I saw this character and the way she was acting, all I could think of was Jet, except way less cussing. I expected her to like start hitting motherfuckers left and right, but she didn't. Even though
I couldn't be this character. I'd be way too angry.
yeah, at one point when she's like mad at her sister, I'm like, is she just gonna punch her sister in the face? Because that's something Jet would do.
Yeah,
No, I
possibly.
would definitely start hitting.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, but I kind of, to be honest, I mean, there's a part of me that thinks that this is just like a Mexican version. Oh, wait, is that, I meant like South Mexican, whatever the fuck the chat's gonna say. But,
South Mexican?
well, whatever they're
That's
gonna
not
say.
even a
Colombia. I knew one motherfucker's gonna do it. Boy,
It's
did I
okay,
get
it's
your
okay.
ass.
It's okay.
Uh,
you can get him wrong because he spelled it wrong.
Yeah, Colombian. No, you saw it right. No, it needs to be a U in there somewhere. There's a U somewhere in there.
Probably.
But yeah, anyways, either way though. By the way, I like how fast they are to correct somebody that they even make a mistake. They go, oh, that's not the right way. But anyways, so yeah, this movie is
Anyway.
Colombian or whatever the fuck. Brown people are rocking around, or maybe they're not brown. Maybe they're maroon.
Okay, for
Um,
all the fucking god, this movie is about let's go Colombian just to get the right nerve. But basically, it is a fable of some sorts where it starts off with the grandmother or somebody explaining basically this entire village and how this community came to form because of just them trying to escape persecution from whatever country they came from, and they managed to find this community that has a lot of magic, and they gain gifts from this candle that never goes out. So the story of it is you're learning that everyone in this family that's directly blood related has a certain special ability. Super strong, can make flowers out of nowhere, is able to hear basically fucking anything. And the main girl, she's
Thank you,
basically
Super Dude, for the follow on
Thank
Twitch.
you.
Go ahead.
but the main girl, Maribella, she's like singing songs about how cool the family is, and was like, "Hey, what the fuck's your power? I don't got a fucking power." And everyone's looking at her like she's like defective. And the whole purport of the movie, they're trying to figure out like why exactly does she not have these powers, and also like there's something going on with the magic right now that no one else seems to see, and how is she connected to it?
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, that's a pretty, I guess, somewhat basic storyline. I mean, it could have been something where people can show off their powers a lot, which they do. Lots of characters have gifts, whatever that I find are kind of interesting, and lend themselves to lots of jokes. Like this one character has like this storm cloud over her, and all the emotions are just kind of like projected in this cloud. Yeah. That's how humans work.
No, you're literally that character in there where I always expect there to be a rain cloud above your head.
Yeah, raindrops keep falling on my head. But yeah, I mean, Jet, what'd you feel about this synopsis and whatnot? What'd you think about it, Jet?
I mean, that's basically close enough.
No, I mean, what'd you think of it, like opinion-wise? Like, what'd you think of, like?
Oh, like what I think of the movie in general.
Yeah, like the premise and whatnot. Like, what did you feel about, like, essentially, like, oh, like, did you think that was interesting? Did you think that sucked? Do you think it was like kind of a silly premise that you didn't really give a shit to watch?
No, I mean, like, help, like, with superheroes becoming, like, on the rise lately and stuff like that, anything that has to do with, like, powers and whatnot is going to actually, like, cause people to, like, notice or, like, really, like, bring people's attention in.
Yeah. Because that's the biggest thing about this, too. Is
like, look at The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. And then also, too, a big thing about this as well is, like, everyone... It's almost like this is a great time for this movie to come out because so many people watch so many crazy things about, like, superpowers and, like... I mean, look at fucking Sweet Tooth and all the crazy shit that happens in there and whatnot. So, like, this movie, if it would have come out way back in the day, would be like, God, that's a lot of crazy shit going on. But, like, this, for the most part... This is one of the more understandably, like, I wasn't really confused with this movie, like, at all. Like, within 10 minutes, I think they kind of, like, summed everything up pretty quickly, and I was able to go along with the movie without asking questions, which was pretty cool. But, Ganja, did you watch this? And if you didn't, why not?
I didn't check it out because it didn't really interest me. A lot of these Disney films are starting to get repeated a lot. I saw the one that was based in Italy or Sicily, the one with the mermaid and shit.
Oh, yeah, Lucas.
And Lucas was all right, but these movies are starting to become very generic animation style where we have to accept people for their disabilities or what the fuck is going on now with that shit. And then at the end of it, they learn a lesson, the family gets back together. It's very paint by paint numbers that's almost on the same level of the MCU universe movies. And yeah, the animation's clean. That's actually one of the things that I could just say, like, yeah, that goes with the territory. I expect nothing but clean animation from Pixar. So just Pixar or even the Disney animation crew, because they've been hitting it out of the park as well as a separate studio. But that's not really a big selling point to me. If I'm just going to watch the same movie over again, I'd rather watch a 15-minute animation clip, which has the same story, just a less runtime, and we can bang it out in 15 minutes and give you a quick review than me sit for like an hour and a half and watch pretty much the same Pixar movie over and over again.
Max Pokebro says, I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the Everyone's Amazing but Muse type of story. Yeah, I don't like those either because, the characters wouldn't be...
I've always hated that shit. Like, that gives me flashbacks to fucking, like, what they did with fucking Buttercup and shit in fucking Powerpuff Girls. That's some bullshit. She deserved to have an extra fucking power, and I will not hear... I will not fucking hear that, oh, she's the strongest sister when
she's the strongest one! Dude, Buttercup's my favorite one. Like, I'm not saying that I don't like Buttercup.
When that episode with Bubbles turning to fucking 11 literally proves Bubbles is actually the strongest Powerpuff Girl.
Bubbles already has her powers, like super speed and being able to speak Spanish.
And talking to animals. Blossom has that fucking ice power. What the hell does Buttercup have?
Blossom only has one extra power. Buttercup's way cooler.
But she should still get an extra power. That's bullshit.
I don't know what's going on.
Anyway, but the jump on what the chat's saying as far as the main character being kind of average, I didn't mind it so much because it's like they almost like you could tell immediately as she's singing the song and they're asking her, okay, she clearly doesn't have a power. I think I watched the trailer. I can't fucking remember. So I don't know if that was a big part of the trailer. But immediately as soon as they did that, I'm like, oh, it's going to be one of those stories. But what I liked about it is if you take it for like, when you have a very, I don't want to say generic, but when you have a generic kind of story, and you do it very, very well, you're able to apply it to more than just the specifics. Because yes, this is Colombian, very specific to a specific heritage. But what I started noticing as it was going on is you could take this as everyone has superpowers, you don't. But this situation where it's like, I personally felt it's like, this is a character that's dealing with a family that's full of incredible people, and she is trying her best just to even be a part of the family, that everyone just looks at her like she doesn't exist because she can't like teleport or do cool shit, but she's still trying her best to be a person. And that's really what this movie's about, is her trying to figure out where she fits in with this family and trying her best, but not necessarily being cynical about it. Because one of my favorite scenes was she doesn't get her powers, but like the movie starts off with somebody else going to their power like ritual. And he is scared to death, and she is being very supportive. I really liked how supportive a lot of the characters were to each other, even though that you can tell this movie's a lot about like people not being able to fit into the world, even if they have powers or not. Because everybody has their situation where they have all these incredible powers, but everybody has a sing-along that explains like their life really is like the super strong girl. She just starts having one of my favorite song in there is her not being able to deal with the stress of the world because everyone's putting all of this pressure on her because she's strong and they think they can handle it, but no one ever asks her if she's okay.
The older sister syndrome.
Yeah, the older sister syndrome, and it's like dealing with she's the youngest, but she's more the middle child syndrome. And trust me, I fucking know what that's like. Of feeling like you're invisible and have no use to anyone around you. So I felt like the story can really connect, even though it's telling a simple story. But just because your story is simple doesn't mean it's bad. Just because you've seen it before doesn't mean it's bad. The way they're telling it, and it could apply to both someone of that culture and someone outside of that culture, it really just got me gravitating, and I really was enjoying this movie. I wish it was longer because I would have loved to see a lot of the other characters' arcs go through, because there's so much stuff that's going on in the background that there's certain characters that just there's one character that can literally shapeshift into other people that never gets talked about, and I kind of wanted to see more about him. Like there's so much going on, and that I wanted more. Like if this was even a 10-episode TV series, I probably would have liked it a lot better.
CG Grayson, what's up, dude? I know you just came in with some weird ass face, whatever, but I want to let you know that I see you coming back. So thank you very much for still sticking around with us for so long, man. He's one of the OGs. Fucking 6 years. Yeah, it's been a long time, sir. Actually, I believe it or not, we're not gonna do a celebration thing or whatever because technically this episode is deleted. But technically tonight marks the 6-year anniversary of the first Minute Chat Attack.
Really?
Yeah, tonight.
I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Neither was I.
I was there, but no one cared about me.
How'd you care about your deal?
6 years. I showed up a year and a half later, I think.
Yeah. You showed up 4 months later because the whole Civil War thing.
Yeah, I'll never forget the first fucking. Oh man, y'all tore me apart.
Oh, yes.
I almost never came back.
Fuck. No, but yeah, dude. Yeah, just a crazy time. Anyways, moving on though. Not gonna get like. But yeah. So the thing is though is like one of the things because you brought this up. You brought a couple things, but want to like go back on really quick. But one thing in particular is the music. This was one of the least annoying musical movies ever because the music was actually fucking good. And Corey's calling me, so take it away, Jet. what do you think about the music?
In general, like maybe my opinion will be a little bit different, but the main girl, like Maribel, when she actually starts singing, I actually don't like the song very much. I think she's probably one of the weaker singers in here. I don't think she's bad. It's just like her songs are just kind of meh. That's okay. But when they get to the older strong sister, like I think her name is Luisa.
Luis, yeah.
Luis. Yeah. Her song goes the fuck off. Like I was just like, damn. This buff bitch.
I know. It was my favorite one because at first I was like, oh, you're going for a very different kind. I like how like because sometimes you go with musicals, all the music just sounds the same, just the same tone, same whatever. They just got a different female. With this, like, no, they actually went through and every time someone joined into a song, it felt like a very not necessarily a different genre song, but you could tell like they were going for a different sense every time. So when her song went off, I was like, yo, I want to listen to that song afterwards because. Yeah.
Well, while working out?
Drip part.
Fuck yo, you got that right. Working out, but also like the actual song is about like having so much pressure on you, but like no one ever asks if you're okay. They're just like, oh, you're doing fine. Keep putting pressure. But no one ever like because that was Maribel's like the first person to ever ask her, hey, are you okay? Hey, are you okay? She has never been used to that, and the whole song's about that. I'm like, oh, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah, like she wasn't really even hiding it either. It's just like she's just waiting for someone to straight up ask her, so she could actually like. Straight up just relax for once and not have the struggles of everyone just placed on her, which you see like during the actual song visuals. Yeah. Just like she literally has the weight of the whole town on her and like she just wants to fucking relax.
And the voice acting was great in that too because it's like still like but it's also like she's breaking fucking down. Like there's an honesty to that in the movie where I'm like that's kind of badass. But yeah, dude. And then another thing too that I really liked about the movie, and I was complaining about it originally, but I will go back and say something positive about it. I liked that there was technically no villain. I was expecting somebody to turn evil, or that there was gonna be some like impending doom is gonna.
No, they did try to say like a certain character was a villain who also had the net. Like in my opinion, that like we don't talk about Bruno actually was the best song next to Luis's song. I was just like. I liked it a lot.
I liked it too, but I don't know. Like that's a good song, but I don't know. I still like the Louis song way better.
But I like and
It's just like
Mauricio hit on it. Oh, sorry.
yeah, they give hints like to the character like in that song too. It's just like when you listen to it again, it's like, damn, they're giving off a lot of hints to this character. Like he's not actually what he seems.
Yeah.
Mauricio nailed it on the head. He says, "I like how low stakes the movie is."
Yeah.
Now, usually I don't like that because I want to be able to pay attention, but I think that they did such a good job with the voice acting and just like the interaction with everybody so much that like it could be low stakes, and then I made up stakes because I want these people to be good. I don't want nothing bad happening to them because I'm starting to like these people. And that's so important when you're writing characters where it's like they made these characters so fucking good that I gave a shit about a movie with no stakes. That's awesome.
And that's what I liked about it. Like it's one of those things where it's like people, you brought up superheroes earlier. Oh, this only can be done now. Honestly, if you remove the magic from this, it's the same movie.
Oh well, this movie ain't nothing without magic. I mean, there's magic.
I mean,
doing
is
it
it though? Because think if you remove, let's say you take out the magic. Okay, the main character of the movie just feels like she doesn't belong to her family. The oldest sister is probably still strong, but now it's metaphorical instead of literal. You still have the sister that's the one step younger that needs to be perfect and pretty all the time and is being basically shipped off to being married even though she doesn't want there. It's like or whatever.
I feel like I've seen that movie 20 times.
Oh, sure you have, but
Yeah.
again, just because something has a similar plot doesn't mean it can't be done well. I'm saying that you can still do it. A lot of this movie is done extremely well. The magic helps make it more fantastical. But what I like about this movie is you can relate this to people. That's why I was making the joke. The girl with the storm clouds is you, because you're like that sometimes. You're like, oh, I gotta stay calm, make sure.
But you would have never remembered that character if it wasn't for the storm cloud. If she was just like, oh, I feel like shit, then it's like, it's like Nick, and I hate that.
It enhances it, but it's not the entire character. That's because something. One of the problems I have, I don't know why I'm remembering this, but it's a Tim Burton movie. It's Miss Peregrine's Home for the Peculiar Children, or whatever the fuck that movie is called. Yeah, that movie, the personality of the characters are their powers. Oh, that character can do this. That character can do that. With this, it's like, no, the characters have their abilities, but they're also characters underneath. That's why I'm saying you can actually do this movie. It would be a different movie, obviously, but you can do it without the powers because there's characters underneath. They're not just powers for power's sake.
I guess. I mean, I see where you're trying to get at. I fundamentally disagree, but it's like I see why you thought that. But I'm gonna give my rating, then you guys can bring up whatever else you want to bring up as well as your rating too. But yeah, I give this movie a 4 out of 5. This is actually one of the better musicals I've seen this year. I mean, probably the best musical. But then also too, another thing about this is like the animation. I don't know shit about animation, so don't get mad at me for throwing a compliment. But this movie looks fucking beautiful.
Yep.
I actually like this movie visually more than Soul. However, storyline wise, I like Soul more. So Soul's still my favorite anime movie in a long time. But like this, looks wise, this is fucking like. I guess the only thing I can compare to this from this year is Mitchell's versus Machines. But like I don't know what I would say is better. Like I don't know. I love this fucking movie though. 4 out of 5 for me. Jet, take it away.
Personally, I think it's not quite a 4. I'm maybe like a 3.4 out of 5 because it's like I did really like it. I wish some of the songs hit more. Like I like 2 out of like what are the 6 they sang or whatever.
Yeah.
But like someone said in the chat, I'm not really a fan of stories where like one character doesn't get powers and everyone else does, and it's just like because you kind of already know where it's going. It's either going to go in one direction, like fucking My Hero Academia, or another direction, just like you never needed powers all along type shit. And it's just kind of like that annoys me. Give her fucking powers. That's some bullshit.
Yeah. By the way, I actually found me and Jet. Just so you guys know, this is me and her.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yes.
With the big
Right
fucking
down to the
nose.
dude is chilling in his fucking like hole in the fucking wall with like chilling with rats and eating crackers and shit.
Pretty much, yeah. We're
I
both of
will
us
say
just
that's
looking like,
actually my favorite character in the fucking movie. It's just like everyone's talking shit about him and everything like that, and then he's just like the sweetest fucking person. I'm just like, and who actually loves his family. I'm just like, if we went to the fucking cookout and someone started talking about him, I'd just have my plate in one hand, just be going off, just fucking smacking the shit out of somebody.
Oh man, I wonder. Oh wait. So then who would I be in that movie then, or am I not allowed to be?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Cloud Girl, because you're really bad at hiding your emotions. You just wear that shit like.
I mean, yeah, I might as well have a fucking storm cloud.
Yeah.
I said that about you, but you pulled out the Bruno, and that's way more accurate.
Yeah.
Honestly, I almost gave you the fucking dad who's getting stung by bees and shit.
I've never been stung by a bee in my life, but that I like that dad. Though. He was cool.
Yeah, I kind of liked everybody. I even liked the grandma because, like, even though she's kind of a bitch and she's like one of the things that's like, oh god, like, of course she would do the thing that's kind of shitty. I understood because she went through so much shit for that fucking house, for that candle. So it's like she, as a character, that's been kind of like mentally, or she's scarred, and it's like, fucking, they played that.
I get that, but there's a conversation that they have at one point near there where I'm like, oh fuck you. I just started getting mad at her because I get it, because you see a lot of her backstories, you understand where she's coming from. But at one point she starts yelling at the main character. I'm like, oh no. I would have fucking, like, her parents are in the back like, you fucking get over there and start yelling at the grandmother. What the fuck? That is your child she's yelling at. Fuck you.
No, I see your point.
Like I said, that couldn't be me. I would have started cursing her out. Well, technically, she did start calling her out, but I would have had some curse words in, like, you tight-lipped fucking bitch. Like, you fucking, stick up your ass. Stick that candle right up your fucking ass if you care about it so much.
Oh, it made me mad, too. I was yelling, too. Like, fuck her.
Yeah. But the 3.5 out of 5, you said, Jet?
3.4 out of 5.
3.4 out of 5. All right, well, Alan, take it away, man. What would you rate this movie, and what would you think if you want to add any more comments?
Sure. I wasn't sure if I was going to like this or not, much like watching Soul or Coco. It's just, again, like, when it comes to animated stuff, it's like, I don't have to be forced to watch it, but, like, I don't go out of my way to watch it. Like, you texted me, hey, watch it tonight. I'm like, sure, it's short, fuck it, why not? And then as I was watching, I'm like, oh, this, much like Soul, I felt like this, I connected to this character in a way that felt like anybody could, but of course, obviously, someone that's part of this culture would connect way more, and I really enjoyed that because it felt very universal. It was, again, they just showed Zootopia, and Moana, and I felt the same way about watching those movies. It was like I could connect to this world in a way that doesn't mean...
quick, I have to call Corey about the chat thing, so I will be right back. Jed's already talking shit in there, but I'll be right back, y'all. I'm gonna call Corey. You guys are hearing me on the show right now.
Yeah, I felt like I've connected to it, and I feel like that's a very good point of this movie. It's like, yeah, you can watch this movie and you can get something from it, no matter your culture, gender, age, it doesn't matter. But the conversation everyone was having, it felt real. It felt like I was actually listening to real people talk about their problems in a way that felt very interesting and exciting, because there's a difference between depressing and sad. Like, sad, it's like, this movie feels a little bit more sad because it's like, yeah, you're dealing with real stuff, and the facade people have when they showcase their outward appearance isn't what's going on the inside. So again, Luisa with the best song in the fucking movie, it's like, yeah, because you see the strong person, you're like, oh, I am strong, I have no thoughts. Like, no, underneath, she's like, she wants somebody to hold her. She wants somebody to, like, lower the burden. And you start seeing that with every character throughout the movie. So I just started connecting. That's why I can remember so many of their names, is because of the fact that they are characters underneath. I barely remember their powers. I remember their songs. I remember their character arcs. And especially as it gets near the end, there are points like, wow, this is really emotional. This is really, really well done, but it's not overbearing, especially the last conversation that the main character, and I guess I don't want to call her a villain or antagonist, just the obstacle in the movie.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Yeah, the obstacle.
Yeah, the obstacle. They have a conversation, and it's like you heard it early in the movie, but seeing it from her perspective again, I started tearing up. Like, oh, okay, she's actually talking to her, not like she's a child, because at this point, the main character is the lowest she's ever been. But the whole movie, I honestly wish this was an extra hour long, because I would love to see more of this world. And it sucks we're never going to see another bit of it again because the story's over. But I'd love to see more of this. But I'll give this also a 4 out of 5, because this is probably one of my favorite. Like, this is definitely up there. If we're doing a top 10 this year, this is definitely creeping up in there.
Yeah. But anyways, with that said, though, guys, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Hopefully, Corey's now talking to the right chat and giving the right love to the right people. But, Mr. Shakazine, tell people where to find you while I find our theme song and everything to get the fuck out of here, man.
Alrighty then. I won't be singing anytime soon unless I lose another bet, so I don't plan on betting anytime soon. But follow me on Facebook, The Metropolis, where me and Ganja Guru, we do our thing on the Illuminati podcast, as well as other shows on that network. Follow us there to see when the premieres go live. Also follow us on Twitter. You can follow me. Follow us on Twitter. The Move will send out all the information, so be sure to follow us there.
Oh yeah. And with that said, there, guys, music's not playing. Goodbye. See y'all tomorrow. It should be some fun stuff. Got some more reviews and whatnot for you guys. And that's it. I don't know. Probably just talking shit. I have a whole thing I want to talk about with toilet paper. It's gonna be great. Make sure to come back tomorrow for the worst fucking topic in the history of.
How did you fuck up toilet paper?
I'm about to choke. All right, guys. Peace out. Go enjoy Corey.